What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to DerekBaranProductions for another video. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning back in. And guys, you can clearly see we're still here in Florida. Figured we'd stop by VMP Performance, see what they're up to these days. It was just like 2 months ago I was here, but anyway, got JD behind the camera, and yeah, I guess we should go inside and see what they're up to. So crazy to me to think that the last time I was here, you know, we had Lucifer up on that dyno with a fresh blower, and that it has honestly changed everything when it comes to my car, obviously. But we don't have Lucifer today, but we got my buddy Jonathan Harders, you know, Coyote Swap, Pro Charge, wide body S197, which should technically be a 3-valve, but he put in some work. Go check out his channel as well. We're gonna walk over by Chuck's car here, roam around a little bit, and this is our playground, so let's go check it out. So walking into the main shop, guys, this might look super familiar. This lift right here was actually the lift Lucifer was on. They just installed this lift. They got another little bay going on here, which is awesome. This car is still here, but this car is freaking amazing. That green, I don't know exact green color, I don't know the spec on that, but that is a Cobra. And it is a Coyote swapped with a VMP GEN3R on there. And they actually got it fitted in, so I'm gonna give you guys the little treat. Let's go check it out real fast. So the last time I was here, guys, like I said, Lucifer was in the bay behind JD here, but this thing sat right next to it. And as you guys know, and this is gonna be a little bit crazy to think about, this is obviously a new wedge, and come check this out. Like I said, it is Coyote swapped, and we got that beautiful old GEN3R with the 88mm, same exact setup I'm running on my car. But the crazy thing is, it's in a new wedge, and before I sold Blue 2-valve, I wanted to do this to my car. I wanted the Coyote swap it, and when I was here with VMP, I didn't buy Blue back yet. So when I saw this car, the nostalgia kicked in. I kind of kicked myself in the head for this because I really wanted to do this. But now that we got Blue 2-valve back, it's really cool to see that, you know, we could once again have this vision one day. But if JD just wants to do a quick little walk around, you can see what Jeremy has been doing. Credit goes out to him. He's absolutely been killing it. So you just saw the absolute dream new wedge. Check out this Roush truck. This is something that exists that I had no idea of, and you know, I'm not really big into trucks like that, but this is a freaking Roush truck, and I guess this is like the first one. Is that correct? The first one ever released, and he got it, or something like that. Don't quote me on it, but VMP's brand new Odin was just slapped into this thing. It's finally complete, and it is just waiting for dyno day. And I know they're trying to make some beautiful power out of it, which I'm sure that Odin is gonna put in some serious work, but this truck's insane. And as you guys saw earlier, Chuck's car right here, but I figured we should go ahead inside, see what Justin's up to. And I know he has some stuff to show us, so let's go check it out. And yeah, let's not give him too hard of a time. Psych, we're gonna give him a hard time. Let's do it. All right, guys, so we are in VMP's facility. We got Justin here, owner.
I'm Justin of VMP Performance. I own VMP with my wife, Rebecca Starkey, and we make lots of stuff here that makes lots of horsepower.
Yeah, and I see you got some stuff over here on the table real quick.
Well, you know, you got to experience the VMP GEN3R on your car.
Yep.
And you got to ride in some other fast cars today.
Yeah, we did.
You know, this is just like some of the stuff that I've been playing with lately.
Okay.
New products and some things we're going to test on the dyno. So I figured I'd give you a little bit of insight into all that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I think we got some intercooler parts. We got this beast of an Odin right here. By the way, it just dropped, so keep your eyes out for this.
Everybody's talking about Odin. They're even saying that you should get an Odin for your car.
I know. I saw that. I saw that.
We can explore that possibility. So, what do you see shiny that you want to look at first?
Well, you know what fascinates me the most are like these 3D prints, which I know then turn into like right here. This is 3D print. I never really understood how this works. I obviously know it's a printing machine, but it fascinates me because it's like perfect. And once they get this dialed in, they cast them into aluminum and stuff. So if you want to just go, honestly, I want to learn about the 3D printing process.
So I've been 3D printing for about 1.5 years now.
Okay.
Personally, I've got a 3D printer, and it's really like this really neat but like really basic thing. It literally takes PLA plastic. That's the easiest to print one. PLA,
Okay.
really soft, and it like squirts it out of this little nozzle onto a bed and builds up layers of it, and you end up with solid things. We get to design them in CAD. We get to 3D print them, test fit them on cars, and actually go and make them. And this particular part is a coolant manifold upgrade for the 07 to 14 GT500 to go with our intercooler upgrade, larger transfer tubes, larger 1-inch fittings. There's even like an adjustable idler that goes on here. Let me show you something that's a little bit closer to home. This part is an upgrade for your car.
Okay, and what exactly is that?
So right now, your belt system has our, we call it the basic Fiat bracket. There's a couple idlers that mount here. This is where the belt starts, goes around the supercharger pulley, and then ends up.
Okay.
And this is part of our no-grind Fiat system.
That's right, and I remember you specifically putting that on my car.
Yeah.
I remember that, okay.
So this is the evolution of the no-grind Fiat system. You can see the bottom half of this 3D print is much like this bracket, but the top half's totally different because we added an adjustable idler up here. This is not the actual idler, but just one I had sitting here. And as you go down in supercharger pulley, you'll be able to adjust the tension on the belt and get better wrap on the supercharger pulley. This is at the machine shop right now, having the first prototypes cut from real aluminum.
Oh, nice. So this is fully finished as far as 3D printing. This worked, bolted up perfect, and
it's about 5 versions deep.
What amazes me the most about 3D printing is I get the concept, but like I just never understood how you get it so perfect. Like as far as measurements, does it take a while to dial it in, or?
So there's a couple little tricks, and that's why I brought my laptop over. Anybody that's designing parts for these cars now, they basically have access to the SEMA tech transfer program.
Okay.
And we have got the engine's front cover entirely in CAD right here. There's the water pump, there's the front cover, there's that bracket that I showed you before. There's some idler pulleys that are in there. You know, to answer your question, this is basically how we are able to make everything line up so well, because it's modeled right after the factory data.
Okay.
It gets 3D printed. We know all the bolt holes are in the right place. We work out a couple little things like the adjustable idler, and then we go to town, we make a product, we sell it, and you make lots of horsepower.
That's something I never really understood. Kind of getting a grasp on it now, but it's never ventured down this road before, but that's pretty neat.
So this is something we just came out with, fresh from the machine shop.
Oh, wow. Oh, is this for the intercooler?
So this is our intercooler core upgrade for the new Shelby GT500. We partnered with PWR on this. This intercooler core is actually thicker than stock, which is why it works so well. We saw another 25% increase in cooling over our street core, which is the same thickness as stock. To add to the beautiful intercooler that ultimately gets covered up by the supercharger lid, we came out with this billet -16 AN fitting that will go right in here and allow you to get bigger lines in and out of the intercooler core.
Well, yeah, that looks really good too.
So that's the black version right there. Here's the kind of gunmetal gray version.
I think I'm running those black ones right there, correct?
Yes, you have these black ones, and those are Coyote specific. These are specific to the new Shelby GT500. So we wanted to do something that was bold and stood out under the engine bay.
Oh, it definitely does. Got some really cool cuts on there. Obviously VMP right there. And that's a really nice fuel rail.
We got all the number 8 fittings over here, number 6 fittings here, sensor ports. I wanted to show you inside of Odin, since everybody's been talking about it and commenting on it.
It's definitely a different blower setup. Cool thing about this one is it runs like intercoolers like these, like dual, right?
Yeah, they're directly positioned over the ports for optimum airflow into the cylinder head. This gives us a lot more cooling area, a lot more capacity. They're individually fed, so more water in and out. You can see that everything is just wide open right into the cylinder head. Why we call it the blow up design, because the air actually comes, the discharge blows up, hits the lid, gets directed back down through the cores into the engine. These intercooler cores are something that we are going to test and potentially see if they are an upgrade. They are a standard density versus this very, very high density intercooler core right here. We can theorize, we can run the engineering calculations and the thermal simulations till we're blue in the face, but until we actually get it on a car, Tested on the dyno, tested at the track. That's when we really know the real world difference. When you have them inside the supercharger, you can kind of appreciate how massive the amount of cooling that Odin has is.
That's being compared to something like I have, which is the Gen3R, and the blower would sit on top of this, and look at the difference. It's a big blower right there.
It's been pretty awesome so far. Everything that we're doing with Magnuson superchargers now is just an evolution. Front inlet just gives us an awesome opportunity to feed the rotors. It's gonna be hard to see on camera, but I mean, that just allows us to get that much more air in by having that straight of a shot. You know, those are some of the goodies. They all end up on something like Chuck's car. Chuck's got a full 8-rib system, makes over 1,000 rebel horsepower with Odin on a built 18 short block.
Yeah, I filmed and went for a ride in that thing, and it's a wild car, that is for sure.
All these like random parts and pieces come together to make something awesome at the end.
I can look at all this, it makes sense, but still look at the 3D printing, don't get it. But it's very cool stuff going on.
Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely,
man.
Thanks for having me again. I'm moving to Florida, guys. It's happening. Just not right now, unfortunately. But wintertime, best believe we'll be here. You guys are gonna see me a lot around winter. I'll bring Lucifer down, probably stay 2 weeks. Hopefully, you know, if the girlfriend can come, I'll definitely stay longer, but you know how ladies are. Yeah, so you guys get it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out VMP. I figured I'd pay them a visit just because I was in town and, you know, see what they got cooking up. And this Odin, this thing is huge. That's a big blower. I think that would be insane on Lucifer. But
I remember my first ride with DerekBaran and Lucifer and Gen3R.
Yeah, it's fun. It's doing great. I absolutely love it. Get a lot of compliments. It looks good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out VMP. Their links are in the description below. The Odin is now released for the S197, correct? If you have an S197, you want an Odin, hit up VMP GEN3R if you want to match me. VMP as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like on this video, and we will see you in the next one.